stand by, stand by. Switching from human mode to dad mode. Initializing sequence. In 3, 2, 1. This is Dad Mode, the podcast where we navigate the chaotic realms of parenting, gaming, content creation, work, and hell, just life in general. We're diving into the challenges of raising kids in the digital age, from social media madness to navigating the gaming landscape. We're talking about it all, especially from a dad's perspective. Whether it's conquering the latest game, creating content that's more than just a hobby, or just trying to keep up with the ever-changing tech landscape, we're right there with you. We want to help you navigate this wild journey of parenthood and modern life, from balancing family time to managing your career and still squeezing in some gaming and content creation. It's all about fun, some dad wisdom, and a whole lot of dad mode. Now your hosts, Bearded Nova and more.
We are talking with Redrose, and in the background is Torna, her husband, another gamer. It's like two guests in one, Bearded.
It is.
I did tell him to be quiet, so he's going to try not to yell.
It's okay.
How about I tell you about my week? I took my cat to the vet, and he was walking funny. Called the vet, like, hey, gotta get him in. All his tests pretty much came back mostly normal, slightly. So I had to deal with the fact that they're like, look, you might want to be prepared. We need to do x-rays. You might want to be prepared. But no, he's great. He now is doing great. He's on steroids and hyperthyroid medicine, and he's doing great. But I had to come to the fact that my cat was going to die on Tuesday. And Tuesday night, my husband's car died.
Oh, geez.
I've had about a week.
Both expensive.
Yeah.
And we had to buy a new car because his car,
Of course he's there. What wouldn't?
Transmission was out.
Oh.
His car is $500.
Okay. So it did a good run.
$1,000 transmission in it when the engine's bad. There's no heat. There's no cruise control. The door handle's missing on the inside. It's just, let's buy a new car.
Yeah. I've been putting that off for forever. When I started at my current job, my car was almost 3 years old, and I had about 60,000 miles on it.
Oh, wow.
Because I was driving like 55 miles each way to my job before the one I'm at now. And since I've been at this job, it's in the city, and I take the bus. And because, parking in the city is crazy, and the commuting, all that stuff, right? So I've been there a little over 8 years. And in that 8 years, I've put on less than I did in the first 3 years I did at the other job, right? So I have like 120,000 on it now. And so, and I'm like, now I'm determined to make it last like 200,000 because I don't want a car payment anymore. I don't want to do that because like if I get a car payment, my oldest son who's 12, he's going in 8th grade next year, so he'll be in college in 4 years, right?
Right.
I don't want a car payment and college.
No.
Is all at the same time. Oh my God.
One year I managed to do 75,000 miles on a car.
What's that?
In 1 year, that's my average.
Average?
Yeah. My best is, hold on, let me work it out. Nearly 100,000.
In 1 year.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was doing close to 10,000 a month at one stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. He only puts about 21,000 on his car every year.
Yeah.
40 going, 40 coming.
Yep. Yeah, I've always lived in the middle of nowhere, so I'm used to putting a lot of miles on. So like the last several years at this current job, it's weird that I'm taking the bus. If I wasn't, it'd still be 30 miles each way. But yeah, I'm used to driving a lot. Like it doesn't faze me much because I've always lived nowhere.
I looked at coming over to New York, remember? And when I was talking to the person before the baby, we thought about coming to New York. And I saw someone, and she's like, "Oh, if you want, you can get a bus from New York to the Niagara Falls." And I'm like, "How much of a drive is that?" She goes, "Oh, you don't want to do that. It's 4 hours each way or something." I'm like, "I'll do that in a day, but that's not a problem.
It's not that bad.
It's not bad. I'll drive 10 hours in a day."
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. So, but it's funny. So, like, when I work all day, and then, whether I'm commuting or whether I'm driving, you come home, and as soon as I walk in the door, kids are like, "What's for dinner?" I'm like, I need a moment. I need a moment to breathe and take my coat off and put my bag down for a second. Children can be unrelenting at times. And they don't seem to grasp the concept of, their parent is ever tired.
No.
So since you were a stay-at-home mom, and you get to be with your children quite a bit during the day.
Much.
I can see the happy dance you're doing. It's like, do they grasp that mom is there all the time and mom gets really, really tired?
They grasp I'm here, but I'm not allowed to get tired. I'm not allowed to sit down. I sit down and somebody's on top of me. My oldest wiggles. She is wiggling, moving. She likes putting her feet in my face. And I'm like, I don't want to see your feet. I really don't want to see your feet. Get them out of my face. My youngest is pretty good. She is good about like curling up beside me. I give her tablet. I turn on TV. All right, she is right here in the chair with me. I'm going to take a nap really quick. So that's really nice.
Growing up, tablets. I love them. They're like, there's your 5 minutes of relaxation, 10 minutes. No matter how much long time you need, it's just like, here's the tablet. And they're happy for ages.
They're portable babysitters.
Yeah.
We can hope, but
when they get older,
kids have access to them like so much, it doesn't really affect them.
It's like life
they'll
support.
Drop them and they'll actually not. They don't care.
Oh wow!
They'll run away from them and go play with all the toys. So it's not like they have to be on the tablets 24/7. It's just like it's there when you're ready for it.
Garage.
If you don't want it, it's okay.
My one thing with the tablet though is like, I need you guys to have headphones on because they like doing a lot of audiobooks. And I'm like, I can't hear two stories at the same time, guys. Like, and we bought them over the ear headphones. We bought them like earbuds.
Yeah.
And they're just like, no, I don't want them. My oldest son asked for earbuds for Christmas, like wireless ones. So here you go. Here we got you some, and we got the little one guy some too, because they'll argue if we don't, they'll get the same thing. And within a day, they're like, I don't want to use them. I'm like, but I don't want to listen to your tablet.
Yes.
I'm a stickler for driving, especially with all the kids in the car. Like when they all got their devices and we're driving along, I can pick it up. Like I'm trying to listen to the radio or something. It's like they just want to turn their tablet or phone just to be a little bit louder than radio. And I'm not blasting the radio. I'm just keeping it at a respectable level for me and the wife in the front. But then the tablet starts creeping up. I'm like, whose tablet? And they all go quiet. It's just like this silence. I've got to like use my awareness to pinpoint the location in the car, which child that is, to say, is your tablet, turn it down, please. That's frustrating.
Yeah. I don't love, on that note in the car, I don't love driving long distances with them. Like road trips, like vacation road trips are, I tell my wife, oh, so we're going to just drive someplace else so we can yell at the kids in a different state. Like that's maybe I'm very cynical, but like I think that's how it feels with constant like bickering because they're both boys and they're less than 2 years apart, and so they have a lot of the same interests and like this competition constantly, and it's just chaos a lot.
Going back, thinking about my mum and I, even seeing her change because I'm the oldest of 5 as well. It's a big age difference between me and my younger sister. And seeing the different things from when I was younger to when my siblings were younger. And also what I do as a parent. Like, I'm completely different to how my mother was to me. Like, my mum had no problem showing up at school at lunchtime because she was a stay-at-home mum. So she'd show up at school, you know, okay, I know lunchtime's going to be 11 o'clock or something. She'd show up there at McDonald's. It's like, hey, meet me at the fence. And I'd give her, you know, I knew in the morning that I had to meet her at the fence at lunchtime because she's going to be at the fence having McDonald's for me. One day I actually went to school with a lunchbox full of lollies and chocolates. There was nothing else. It was just a full to the brim. You can't do that here nowadays. I know you guys have got cafeterias here. It's all about smart food. You got to give them like brain food and so many fruits and just so much shit that you can't have at school nowadays. Like, all the fun's gone. And I rubbed that into my daughter the other day because we were talking about high school and the cafeteria, the tuck shop and what they can buy there. I'm like, your tuck shop sucks. I used to be able to show up and buy cans of Coke. You can't even buy sugar anymore. Like, haha. But that's what I see with my mum. Like, you know, I'm completely different. I'm not showing up there at lunchtime, like, with junk food and encouraging things like that, because that's what my parents done. I'm horrible after school. Like, my wife hates it. I'm after school. I'm like, hey, get in the car. We're going down the road. Oh, look, we're at the shops. You know, it'd be a crime if we didn't buy chocolate to have on the way home. That's me now as a parent, but I'm not doing that to school as such.
The other day.
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
The other day, my oldest daughter got so mad at me. I forgot to pack her lunch, and she was expecting me to pack her lunch. Because even though the entire school gets free lunch and everything, she wants me to pack it every day. Forgot. Really forgot. So I'm like, go. I'll pack your lunch, whatever. I had errands to run. So, of course, I'm like, all right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab her lunchbox. I'm going to bring it with me. I stopped at Chick-fil-A, filled her lunchbox with chicken nuggets, french fries, and the dressings. I poured sweet tea in her little thermos and took it to school. And it's like, yeah, I forgot to pack her lunch. Here you go. It's a nice, healthy lunch. Like, it's in a lunchbox and everything.
The teachers will actually write back to the parents. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, because it's such a health conscious thing, and they don't, you know, basically sounds bad, curbing the cutting the strain on obesity and eating healthy with kids. So that's where it's all come into, is like really hard on that. But if you're not giving your children the right type of food, you know, whether it be like they didn't have, you know, I didn't see enough fruit in their lunch, or they were this, that, they will write you a letter to say, hey, you're not doing this correctly. Yep. Yeah.
So my wife has oh my God, I don't know what they're called, the kind of lunchbox she has, but it has different compartments, like one for protein, one for, like, and my wife, she is somebody that a habit is hard for her to break. So like she puts the meat in there, and she puts the vegetable in there, she puts the fruit over here and the grains over there, and this is what they have. And like my son will be like, no one else has lunches like I do, Dad. Can you make her stop? And I'm like, this is what your mom does. I'm not picking that battle, dude. And so like,
by the way,
that should be well, but like when I have to do, I shouldn't say this because she listens to this podcast. I always give them healthy meals. I'm gonna stop there.
But the most
bento boxes. I have two for my oldest daughter, and I switch back and forth every day.
Yeah, they're great for them. So like on the weekends, if I, you know, like they're like, oh, I'm hungry for lunch. And I'm like, you're 10 and 12. You have arms and legs. Go get yourself some food. They will put those things on their plate. Like they already know, because we've been doing it forever, that they need to have a balanced meal, which is great, because then they see mom and dad having like a Hershey bar for dinner. You know?
So my kids have learned when I'm around, they'll just eat whatever they want, because I'm not going to be too over it, but my wife would be totally opposite. But like, you know, thinking about lunches, and for lunch, like I'm not saying the kids eat horrible, they might have a bag of chips, like a small little snack pack of chips. So that's, you know, we're talking like tiny party size bag. is probably the most unhealthy it gets, and then maybe like a muesli bar, or we call them LCM bars, which is like rice bubbles.
Chewy?
Yeah, chewy rice bubbles, like rice bubbles in a muesli shape with like marshmallow in between or something like that. It's that's probably as wild as it gets at school. And then there's me, who might drive past the shop on the way to school and like, hey, chuck this back of little mini M&Ms in there. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
My daughter's lunch always has a package of fruit snacks in it. Every single time.
Oh, no, that's it. They have to have banana and have to have apples. Like, there's like 3 different fruits in all their lunches, and then the yogurt and
Yeah.
Except for high school.
Yeah, no.
They don't care.
They get one treat a day. Like after dinner, like, you can have some ice cream or candy or whatever, but like as long as you eat it. But it's funny too. Like, I realize that we have these weird habits or traditions at my house that, like, I'm thinking if they ever went to a friend's house, it would look strange. Like when they're done eating, like they look at my plate. Did I eat enough to be able to have a treat? And I feel like that would be a weird thing at a friend's house, because they would probably, that's all they ever have known. They probably would ask the other mom or dad, have I eaten enough to have a treat, sir?
Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, my kids, have I eaten enough? Like, did I eat good enough is their question. Did I eat good enough to do this or do that or have that?
I've gotten used to how much they eat, and I actually put the size that I know they will eat on their plate. And it's me, it's got to be empty for my kids. And then I get the occasional, now I don't eat this. We've cut down our diets into a condensed form of foods that we know you guys will like. So don't tell me you don't like this anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. My youngest one, the really thin one, he just doesn't want to eat a lot. So I'll give him a bigger portion than I know he can eat, because he always eats half. And so I figure out how much I want him to eat and then give him double that, because I know he's only going to eat half. Yes, I waste food almost every single day, but I got to make sure that he's eating enough.
I show him usually, because the plates are all, I guess it's a little bit different. We all serve into the plates. There's no real, like, anything on the table to grab in Australia. Like, everything's on your plates are pre-done before it goes there. And they see the size of my portion and their mum's portion compared to their portions when they come and get their food and take it. So now I don't have no problem sitting there. Like, we might have spaghetti, which we'll probably have tonight. And, my daughter, the youngest eating at the table, she'll probably have like this small handful, and I will have like a salad bowl of it. So I have no problem sitting there going, hey, I've just eaten 10 times the amount you have. I think you can finish before me. Like, I'm not even a stickler for time at the table. If it's taken too long, I'm like, I know where this is going. We're dragging out the time because you don't want to finish that bowl.
Do you both have the one kid that takes 14 years to finish every meal?
It changes. The child changes. Over the years, it's changed which child does it, but yes.
My kids are actually really bad, and it's going to sound horrible saying this, but my kids don't eat. Like, they just, they'll sit down. Tonight they wanted chicken nuggets. I made them 4 chicken nuggets each and a handful of chips. Altogether, 6 chicken nuggets went into the trash. So
you made 4 each and 6 went in the trash?
Yeah.
My oldest, the one who's now 5'5", I found out they have a 20-piece at McDonald's because that's what he eats.
Yeah.
A 20-piece.
Yeah, it's $10 here.
He's 7 feet tall.
My kids, they are looking for candy, and when I don't give it to them, it doesn't matter. They're still not going to eat whatever I put on their plate. So spaghetti, noodles, they never finish their meal, like, ever. And I'm just like, there's food. There is food. If you are hungry, eat. And it doesn't matter at all.
My son used to gag.
My wife would say things like, well, let's make them something else. I'm like, no. They're going to learn to eat the thing that is made for them.
Oh, you're getting me.
No.
Grinding my gears here. That's exactly it. Fucking Well,
I don't make anything else for them. That's it.
Like, we've kind of stopped eating fish in the house. Like, I like fish. And we've had to stop eating fish because our oldest says she hates fish, but she'll eat tuna. And she doesn't quite
She lives on an island. She has to learn to eat fish.
She doesn't get that tuna is fish. It is a fish. Like, I don't know what you're doing. And then the son, he used to gag at salad. Like, he'd put a bit of lettuce in his mouth and you'd be at the table going, every time he put lettuce in his mouth. I'm like, it's not killing you. One of my children used to think that red cabbage was spicy. Actually, both the two younger girls got it. Like, it's like they teamed up to conspiracize that purple cabbage was spicy. So when they're eating like a mixed salad and they get across the purple cabbage, it's like, oh, I can't eat that. It's spicy. I'm like, it's mainly water. Like, how is that thing spicy?
My youngest son tells me the broccoli is spicy.
My daughter,
Pepperoni.
my youngest,
My
the
oldest
baby.
says pepperoni.
Yeah, our baby actually loves broccoli. Like my wife went out the other day in the shops and there was broccoli like in a Chinese bowl, and she knew my daughter gave it, so gave it to her, and she just went around the shop holding this piece of broccoli the whole time like it was her precious. Like, I'm not letting that go.
Did you notice, like, were your kids, like, were they less picky younger? Because, like, when they were young, we would get sushi and they would eat some sushi. And now, like I said, they'll complain about green beans and broccoli as being exotic or whatever.
One of our children only ate avocado.
Video I have, I'm like, this is you, like 5 years ago, eating sushi.
No. One of our younger middle daughter, when we went to sushi, she didn't like rice or seaweed or anything else, so she'd just eat avocado. So at one stage, I was just ordering the avocado sushi rolls, and then she would deconstruct it just to eat the little bit of avocado that's inside it. And I got used to the point of just going in there and going, hey, can you just give us a bowl of avocado? Now she eats a lot more, but like that was it. We'd go to sushi and she'd just eat the avocado. I'm like, why? And they randomly choose. Apparently, every 7 years, your taste buds change, and you know, there's something else you like and something else you don't like. But yeah, I hate it that I'm getting this, you know, this period of, okay, well, they love this, and I'm cooking the same thing, and then next thing you know, one child's like, I hate that. I've always hated that. Mm-hmm. Where did this come from?
In our it's bananas right now. Like, we are on a banana kick, but I know in like 2 weeks I'm gonna buy a big bunch. And they're all going to go bad.
Then you make banana bread.
Yep, that's exactly the plan.
My oldest, he inhales cheese.
That's me.
He everything else, you know, like ice cream, you know, most of everything dairy.
Yeah.
But what does he not like? Milk. Milk's disgusting. I'm like, what do you think makes cheese and ice cream? Now I'm raising my voice. What do you think makes cheese and ice cream, dude? He's like,
well, I gotta admit, I agree with him. I don't like regular milk, but I will drink chocolate milk. I will eat ice cream, cheese, all of that, but I can't drink regular milk.
Oh, so there's another one for this. Chocolate milk is an affront to milk.
Oh.
It's ruined milk. Like my wife and I, we go through 2 or 3 gallon jugs in a week. Just her and I. Like, I inhale milk. When I come in, I'm all hot and sweaty. I'm drinking milk. I don't know why. Just my bones are like steel at this point, I think.
I only drink milk with my coffee, but I drink a lot of coffee. So that goes because I'm always having lattes. So that's always going through. And I used to buy like 3 liters. That's almost a gallon of milk. And that would last me like a week and a bit. It'll be fine. All of a sudden, kids are now making iced coffees. That gallon of milk's lucky if it makes a day. Yeah, like we had to come back in and go, hey, limit yourself. You can only have one now. Like, you either have a Milo, which you don't have, but Milo's great. It's kind of like flavored milk, or an iced coffee. Pick your choice. Like, it's one of the two, because they're pouring like a big glug of milk. Like, disappointing.
I've gone through 2 to 3 gallons of milk a week still, and I've gotten to the point where, like, all right, you get like 2 cups of milk in the morning, but then you drink water for the rest of the day up until dinner. Like, you're not allowed to have any more milk that day.
Right. Yeah. And by the way, milk's like $8 a gallon or whatever. It's like insanely expensive.
I think in my area it's like $3.50 now.
Is it?
Yeah, ours is like $3 Australian, which would be about $3 Australian for a gallon. But they had like the whole mafia milk saga where like the supermarkets were bringing out their own model milk and they cut the price down really low, and then it was putting a strain on dairy farmers, and a lot of conspiracy there. Like for probably several years there, you could buy a gallon of milk for $2, and it stayed like that for like 10, 12 years. And obviously prices went up, but they never increased it.
Buys organic milk, maybe that's why. I don't even know. Like, I don't look.
Organic, yeah.
She's just like, things just cost this much.
I
gotta check into this. I gotta do an audit of the grocery bill now.
I've been shopping at Aldi for like milk, produce, and meat.
That's what
because it's cheaper and it's better quality than what I've been getting before. So
that's where my wife is shopping now. Is moved to Aldi. We
have a store common.
Yeah, well, that come from Germany.
Oh, yeah, my wife.
Wherever it was, I think it's German.
It's kind of like
now she goes to like 2 or 3 different stores.
We got Costco now.
Oh yeah,
yeah, we had that for a few years. It's it's slowly rolling out across Australia.
She goes to Aldi for a bunch of things, like the regular big name grocery store for other things, and then BJ's, which is the same thing as Costco. Every couple of weeks for like bulk stuff.
I only go to Costco for food for like pizzas now.
Ours is Sam's Club, and the closest one is 30 minutes away. So we go maybe 2-3 months before we go to Sam's Club. But I will get Aldi every week, and then I'll go to Walmart to pick up those things that I just can't get at Aldi.
Right.
Like I needed a big jar of the little pickles to make something and have them. So, of course, I'm going to go to Walmart to pick it up.
Yep.
I'm going to bring one shop that I know you guys don't got that we do have. Well, you guys had, and it's went away. Kmart.
Wait, they still exist?
Oh yeah, it's massive. Yeah, Kmart was going downhill, right, a long time ago, and someone came in and refaced it, put in lots of stuff. That is the shop where everyone goes. You can go in there and there's you could spend a couple $100 pretty quickly in Kmart, like no problems.
Kmart?
Yep.
So I was actually talking about
hold on.
the other day.
See that light there?
Yeah.
Kmart. That light there? Kmart.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff around Kmart. This light here, there's a light there, there's Kmart. Kmart's everywhere here. Like it's cheap. You can go in there and buy a mic arm and a mic if you want, and cameras.
Do y'all remember Christmas? It's been years and years and years, but they were doing a Joe Boxer's commercial at Christmas with the jingle bells. And every Christmas, I wish to see that commercial again. It's like, that was my favorite commercial growing up. And it's just, so every Christmas, I think about Kmart.
Really? That Kmart's,
yep.
Kmart in Australia is just massive. Like homewares, like there's no food besides like a little bit of like chocolate. That's about it. Like when you're going through the register area, that's the only place you get like little snack chocolate. But clothes, toys, not really electronics. You can't buy TVs or computers, but you can buy stuff for that. Like you can get switch cases and phone cases. It's an all over shop. Like half our house is decorated by Kmart. And probably 3/4 of Australia is decorated by Kmart now. Like it's massive.
I can't speak for all the US stuff is different, but like Target and Walmart are the two big places.
Target's a shithole. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Like Target used to be online with Kmart, and then Target tried to go upper class, and Kmart tried to go on real budget friendly, and Kmart's exploded, and Target's struggling.
The Target does well.
Nah.
It's for the like upper middle class.
Everything you can get at Target, you can get at Kmart for like half the price. And the Kmart went in and brought their own brand, so they started making their own stuff at a fraction of the cost. So it's like they're smart. even though they're owned by the same company.
To your comment, Rose, like I've lived in some of the towns around where I am. Like I've lived in some like wealthier towns, which I hate, and people are like, I got to go to Target later.
Target.
Oh my!
I
God.
hate people that say
I used to say
That is
Target
so
growing
bad.
up. Target, yes.
Like it should be a crime to say that because it sounds ridiculous.
Exactly. But no, if you're going to Target, you get a Starbucks and you walk around, and even if it's for one item, you walk out with an armload of stuff you don't need. So, and it just feels a lot better than Walmart.
Yep. I hear you. It's like I do go to Target more because there's not as many Walmarts riding around where I live. But yeah.
We don't really have that type of Walmart. Isn't really a thing here at all.
Apparently, this is the big budget retail segment of our show.
We're going for it. We had to, 20 episodes was around to happen at some point.
Target, like Sam's Club, is 30 minutes away. So in my town, there's like Ingles, there's Aldi, there's Walmart, a couple on-in places. But like if I really need something, I need to drive 30 minutes. And most of the time, I'm not willing to do that.
That's fair.
The beautiful thing, I guess the one good thing about Connecticut, where I live, is in 2 hours, you can be like 5 different states. So like there's everything around. Like it's, I don't even know why it's its own state, to be honest.
If you go south for 2 hours, you'll get to another state. But if you go any direction from where I am, other than south, one, you'll be in the ocean. So you definitely, it's not going to take you long to get in the ocean. But take you probably, I want to say 12, maybe a day of straight driving to get to the next state if you went west.
Really?
Yeah.
Australia's that big?
Yeah.
It's that big.
It's a big
I'm
place.
impressed.
It's a big place.
I feel sorry. I want you to apologize for underestimating the size of Australia.
I think that's why we just say when it's just, it's not that far to us. Shit's really not that far. When we mean like, it's not that far. It could mean anywhere up to like a 2.5 hour drive. It's not that far. If an Australian ever says that to you, just be wary.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So I think we'll wind this one down. Great conversation. It's been kind of fun. Rose, thank you so much for coming on and with us again.
Thank you for having me. And if you ever need help, you know how to get in touch with me.
I do.
I love this.
Thank you to our ghost guest, Torna.
Yeah. He's actually not even here ananymore. I don't know where he went. After you saw his hand, that was it.
He goodbye at one point.
He rage quit.
His game is still up. Like I can see his computer and his game is still up.
Oh. Huh. But Rose, thank you so much for coming on. Everybody go check out Rose on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Redrose Swords. It says Rose, I don't think she appreciated me saying last time. Hashtag TwitchMom on TikTok and you will find her.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't appreciate it. I thought it was funny because yes, it's in every single video.
Yes.
Yes. It is.
That's how at the moment someone mentions that name. That's exactly what I think of, TwitchMom.
Thank you. I was hoping that would work that way.
You've been listening to Dad Mode. Our passion is navigating this wild journey of parenthood and modern life. From balancing family time to managing your career and still squeezing in some gaming and content creation. And no matter what the women say, they will never be able to pry the controller out of our cold, dead hands. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, find us on Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube at Dad Mode Podcast. And we can be found on every podcast site at Dad Mode Podcast. Y'all be cool. See you next time.